Hi, my name is John Mauk, and I'm a third-year psychiatry resident. I've always been interested in what it means to be healthy as a full human person, and I felt like psychiatry was the only discipline that combines what it means to be human in both mind and body, and really honors and respects the whole person. I chose Loma Linda because I thought that this place would best prepare me to understand what the human is. I think a big part in psychiatry is combining the medical aspects with the human aspects. And at Loma Linda, I felt like I could also combine the spiritual aspects about what it means to be human and get additional training in that. In third year, the structure does change, especially compared to the first 2 years. Because in the first 2 years, you're going through one rotation every single month, and that's all you're doing. But in the third year in the afternoon, you have a variety of different experiences set in the outpatient setting that you're a part of. In addition, the rotations are different from the previous 2 years, and you have a bigger variety, even opportunities and partial hospitalizations for things like eating disorder, child and adolescent, child inpatient, and all of these just other really cool opportunities that you don't have in the other years. I'm on child inpatient, which has been a really good experience because we do adolescent in our second year. So we actually get a lot of child and adolescent training in our program. I'm really able to right now figure out and diagnose more childhood elements like ADHD and autism, and to think more deeply about them since I'm on the rotation again than what I have been able to in the past. So I was thinking about didactics in preparation for this, and I was really surprised to think about how many protected hours we have a week. In total, it can range from anywhere between 5 and 6 hours every week that we have for didactics. And that's throughout the course of our training with specialty lectures on Wednesdays. We had a lecture recently by Dr. Stephen Stahl. And then we have, in addition to that, lectures on Thursdays, anywhere between 4 and 5 hours. One of my favorite courses actually this last year was our Introduction to Cultural Psychiatry course, where we read one of the books released by the APA, and then we had a number of guest speakers to speak on each of the individual cultural topics, and then to see how it relates to mental health, particularly in the United States. Just hearing other people's stories, and then also we had an opportunity to give these lectures ourselves, was a really unique experience, I thought. I have been very impressed with the way Loma Linda's handled the coronavirus. When the coronavirus first started, it made me very scared for my own safety. I think as healthcare providers, we're all very, very scared, especially at the beginning. But to see the way my program has taken so many intentional steps toward helping keep residents as well as medical students safe during this coronavirus has just been incredible. One thing that we've done is we've created a Google Doc with, it just keeps expanding every day. It's probably about 50 or 100 pages right now with relevant information. If you're interested in reading that much detail, you can. We've migrated everything to Zoom in terms of lecture and in terms of being able to interview patients. And we've done this across like 5 or 6 sites. So it's really been impressive to see how quickly our program has moved to address the coronavirus and how much they care about resident safety. The way I wind down is going home and seeing my family. Every day I get to go home and my little 1.5-year-old is there, and he greets me, sometimes running around like yesterday with a spatula in his hand, screaming around the house. One way that Loma Linda has really supported me was in my very first year, my wife became pregnant and we had our first kid, which is pretty wild when I think back about that, to have a kid in your intern year. My program director had no problems with me taking vacation and was in full support of this. I got a lot of advice from other residents that had also had children, and they welcomed me back when my time was done, and they were willing to give me as much or as little time as I needed during that time, and I'll always remember that.